I don't know, for those of you out there, if you watched the football game tonight, we were actually having a big night tonight celebrating Shawn's retirement of 5 years of being out of the corporate world. So we had a big celebration tonight with family and just wanted to celebrate, you know, all of what that is, celebrate with the family and the different sacrifices and just the journey of what has happened for our family, and celebrating you guys and thinking about you guys, you know, during that dinner. And just Shawn and I's heart is for you guys. And why are we doing this? You know, of course, for our family and for our girls, but we go to bed at night thinking of you guys and how we can help you guys get to where you want to go. And we just love you. So I'll go after that. But also during that time was the big football game. Of course, was playing a little bit in the background. There was no sound, but it was going. So you'd see my dad and Shawn a couple times go, "Oh, that was a good interception," or whatnot. So the game was big. I know we've got Packer fans on here, and I also know that we have Cowboy fans on here. And I am so sorry for the Cowboy fans. We understand that feeling. Yeah, but it was such a great game. And for the Packer fans, we're definitely very excited for you. What a win. So here we go. But tonight, you guys, it's going to be exciting because we're going to hear from some people that were at the One Tour to launch off the new year. And Shawn and I were both fortunate to be a part of that. I was down in Texas, in Waco, and in Houston, and Shawn was in Phoenix and Napa. And what was really cool is we were working with, like Shawn just said, he just got off a phone call for a cross-line team. And we're so blessed and so fortunate within our company to be able to work with people that are not directly in our organizations. And I had a road trip with Kelly Rich, who's from corporate, and she has worked with other companies over the years, and she is just, Shawn and I absolutely love her. She's just the real deal, and she works so hard. She returns all of our texts, and she's just a great communicator, and we've heard it from other people that have come from other places and other companies, but she just says, this is so rare. This just does not happen in network marketing, that cross-line teams work together, that there's a unified message, that we're all on the same page working together. None of us, I guess Mark and Pam, or not Mark and Pam, Maria and Mark were together. Yeah. But I think that might have been the main, you know, I think everybody else pretty much was cross-line working together. I was with Brandon. Shawn was with Russell and Tracy Blanche. And it was just so much fun building those relationships even further, building the relationships with corporate even further. Shawn was stuck on the side of the road until 1 in the morning. Later than that, 3 in the morning.
Get Diego home till 2.
Till 2 in the morning. In Phoenix, he had a flat tire they were dealing with. So we always say it's all about the journey. In LifeVantage, you're building that story, and that story, you know, we start from the day that we start as distributor until the moment of where we are, and that story is an important thing to share with your team always, because it wasn't easy. And we still have sacrifices, and we still go through all those different things, but it's worth it. And all those sacrifices were definitely worth it to get you out of that corporate area and to be with our family and to be on here with you guys tonight. So we're going to hear from some people that were on the One Tour. And so while we're on the track of talking about what is part of the system was definitely getting to the One Tour. But the system is going to our monthly events or corporate events. And that next one is coming up, and it's this weekend. It's the LifeVantage Academy. And if you go to lifevantageacademy.com, you can definitely get your tickets there. If you're within 3 to 5 hours, you guys seriously go there. It builds your story, and you will not regret it. I used to do it all the time, getting in the car, traveling 3 to 5 plus 7 hours. I've gotten on planes before to go to events that were not big corporate events. So just get there and do it, register, and show up. The other thing that we've got going on is tomorrow night, Brandon Cunningham and Skip Campbell, Master Pro 10s, are going to be doing a live webinar. or Zoom. I'm not sure, honestly, how that's going to look. They are two very, very incredible, smart businessmen. Skip, he knows the products, and Brandon does inside and out as well. But what they are doing is, he said that's a great follow-up for people that you've been talking to. Again, I don't know what that's going to look like, but I do know from being in the car with Brandon, he said, we're going to assume that people have seen the ABC investigative report, just how we do on our Thursday night live opportunity calls on Stu and Carrie's team, and then go, and it'll be a webinar from there. So
and they're doing it weekly?
And the word on the street is that they're going to be doing it weekly. Skip.
So don't count on that, but
yes,
you might want to tune in tomorrow to see what it's about.
Right. And that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would definitely tune in tomorrow and see what it's about, and see, for specific people who it's for and whatnot. And, go from there on that. And I feel like there was one other thing.
I can't read any of her writing, so I cannot help out. It says, one person.
Yeah, that's my handwriting. So, anyway, just make sure you've got those LifeVantage categories. Make sure you're registered for convention. And did you want to say hi, Elise? She's hiding down here. She's crawling through. Hi. So I will turn it over to, did you want to say anything before I introduce?
No, fire it up.
Okay,
and I'll talk at the end,
and then we'll do it at the end. All right. Jeanette Palmer.
The Palmer clan.
The Palmers. I'm going to think you're out there.
I see her.
All right. Beautiful.
How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
Look at that big dream.
Big dream. Big dream. Well, I'm going to let you take it over from here. I know you've got a couple of people, a couple of different groups to introduce, and we just want to thank you guys for taking the time to get on with everybody tonight. We're excited to hear from you and learn from you.
All righty. Awesome. So I guess we'll start with Jen and Nick Schreiner. They are amazing couple who have just started getting really excited about LifeVantage. They've been in probably about 6 months, but they are on fire. We just actually met with them last night and kind of went over some of their goals, and they're just fired up. And I just thought, especially after the Pro 10 tour, they just came away with so many great takeaways. And then they also they were in the Real Salt Lake jersey for bringing the most guests. So anyways, I'm not going to say much. They're just absolutely phenomenal, and I know there's a lot of people to get on here. So Jen and Nick, are you guys there?
Hello, everyone.
You're there. So you guys go ahead and take it away. Show them how amazing you are.
All right. We also have our special guest with us, Josie. So they first of all, thanks for letting us get on here and share our experience for the Pro 10 tour. It was an awesome thing. We were fortunate to have Jill Campbell and then Jeff Pincock and our very own Tanya Sheldon to do the opportunity. And for me, one of my main takeaways was when Jeff was up there talking about how LifeVantage's mission and their vision have been evolving for the last 5 years continuously. And currently, he said that the LifeVantage vision is to create a 1 million person movement, one story at a time. And that really hit home for me, because right after that, he said we currently only have 70,000 people in our company. So that leaves 93% of their visional goal still to go, which is a lot of growth. And then secondly, I love going to these events. I've only been to, I think, 2 of them, but both of them were amazing. We're just so privileged that these leaders in our company are willing to travel all over the country and help us out. My only regret about the tour stop in Boise is that I didn't have more guests at the event. I mean, I think it's invaluable if you can get as many guests to these things as possible, because obviously they've proven that they can do it really well, and if you can get them up in front of your guests, they do all the work for you. You don't have to do anything, and it seems like it makes our job a heck of a lot easier. So yeah, next time I want to have way more guests than we had this time. I was glad we were able to get some, but it wasn't enough. So Jen?
I wanted to just say one really important thing that we learned. With our upline kind of help, we talked some of our friends into coming. We had several people on our list that couldn't make it because of family, sick kids and whatnot. So hopefully we're getting them in next time. But the couple that we did bring in, we met them an hour before, and they had no idea where we were taking them. We just told them to meet us an hour, at 6 o'clock for some drinks, and we had something we wanted to show them. So they did, and when they met us, they said, well, what's going on, where we're going? And so we kind of gave them some information, said, we're part of this company, and we want to have you come see this opportunity. And they were like, okay. So we kind of talked some more, and then they proceeded to tell us that they had joined another network marketing company 2 weeks maybe prior to this meeting, and we were like, oh no. So we still hung out. They were still up for coming and listening, which was great of them. We get back in the truck.
They're still interested
to head over to the meeting, and Nick and I are like, oh my gosh, why didn't we do this earlier? Like, we totally felt like maybe we shot ourselves in the foot by not talking to them sooner, because obviously they were out, maybe not per se looking. I don't think they were looking, but they were approached. And so they still listened, and I think we still have a really good chance of getting them on our team, because it's 2 different network marketing kind of programs. But all I can say, advice, don't hold back. I know we definitely won't from now on. Don't wait, because you might miss your opportunity, and we definitely hope it turns around for us in that case. But don't wait. Just take it and go.
Awesome. Love it. You guys are on fire, and 2017 is your year to kill it, right?
Yes, we're going.
We'll keep going. Just put your head down and don't focus on the results. Just focus on the action that it takes to get where you want to get, and then look at the results down the road, because it will happen. I'll turn it back over to you, Jeanette. I know you had somebody else that you were looking to bring on here, but thank you, Jen and Nick. You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. I told you guys they're amazing. They're so fun. So Ben and Casey Brock, it was funny. We're at the event, and I have the best picture of Casey in the whole world, because we're at the Pro 10 event, and they announced that she won the global ticket and then dinner with the Pro 10s, and her face was priceless. But kind of just the takeaway from that and just her feelings from it, I just think hearing from them, and they're amazing. I mean, most of you guys know who Ben and Casey are. They went on Meta training with a lot of you guys and on the cruise, and they're just phenomenal friends and leaders. And so Ben and Casey, go ahead and teach us a lot.
No pressure, right? Thanks. That was crazy when they drew my name out, because I wasn't entirely sure what I was being drawn for. So when they said that, it was really, really exciting, because it's ready to roll anyway, but it's just an added incentive to me to be able to meet with those Pro 10s and to say, look at what I've done just in the last few months. It's just a little bit of extra oomph to have something to go in there with and be like, look, I'm working my butt off. Hopefully finally getting some results from it. That evening, the whole evening was amazing. I mean, that part was especially exciting for me. I'm so glad that we went, because the weather definitely wasn't great here. It wasn't an easy trip to make. And Ben has more about the weather throwing us off. But some of the tidbits I got, first off, I love having somebody from corporate there also, and having Tanya step in, and having Jill come all this way. It's just it's more solidifying the fact that our company as a whole is just one big family, and they're unified, and they're to help us all. And I think that that's so amazing. And I love having it in my back pocket when I'm talking to people, knowing that it's not just me out there swimming by myself, that we've got all of this assistance. And I think that's amazing. Some of what Jill said that really stuck with me were some of her steps. She gave some steps that she does with a new distributor. And one of them was digging down to your real why. Just asking why again and again and again until you get to that raw kind of emotional where your pain is. And I started thinking about, this is great for a new distributor. And I'm like, you know what, this is great for me too, because sometimes you put your head down and you're just working and working. And of course, you know what your why is. It's not raw at that moment. And I think that going back and re-digging down to that why till it's raw again is what kind of makes me step past some of those fears, to step past worrying about what this person's going to think, because that why is so raw that I don't even care. And then that's, she touched on that a lot about not letting somebody else's opinion or somebody's, idea of what you might be trying to get across, not letting that stand in your way. Obviously they didn't, and she and Skip both, when they speak, have a ton of confidence, and we all kind of strive for that. But basically, it's if you know what your why is, and if you've got it in your back pocket, and it is so raw, and there's so much tied to it, then it doesn't matter if you step out of your comfort zone and say to somebody, you've got to see this, and they blow you off because their opinion doesn't matter. On to the next. Just keep it moving, because we do have all of this support right behind us, and we know what we've got is good. So I thought that was pretty powerful. And another thing that she had said, just to kind of a little tidbit with a new distributor, was, when they're making their list, basically telling them, you know what, if you don't put these people on your list, somebody else put them on their list. And it's like, that kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, because sometimes I think we all do that, even just in trying to add to our list. Like, I don't know them very well, or I haven't talked to them in a long time. Maybe I shouldn't put them on there. Well, if you don't, you're going to see them eventually at something, and they're going to be on somebody else's list. So that kind of urgency. So, mostly for me, those were the two biggest things, was that, digging down and building that confidence, and knowing that my why is more powerful than what anybody else has to say, because what I've got is real, and what I've got is really, and then the urgency of getting it done before somebody else does. So I'm going to hand it over.
So, one thing that I wanted to say about everything that took place, our weather just happened to be terrible that day, and it had been terrible all winter, but we had a speaker that couldn't even make it. It was so bad. As far as, for us personally, our invite list to that was quite long. But the good thing about it was we had, I'd say, 7 people that said yes and were going to come and going to be there. And literally between 5 and 6:30 that evening, all those people we call and cancel because they just weren't coming in that weather, which is fine. That's part of what happens. But the good thing about it, we still went, and we always learn from these things, and we had a good time just being there. Don't let that discourage you. Just because you don't get people to these events doesn't mean it's not worth your time. And when you have people cancel on you, I'm sure everyone on this had people cancel on that one, if not other one, and everyone do. But the thing, we talked about and took away from, the good thing about that is we had people say yes, they didn't come, but now we have ammunition and that in our back pocket to tell them, hey, this was so amazing. I wish you could have been there. Now, the next time we have something, or the next meeting or whatever, hey, you have that in your pocket, use it. Take what you lost and turn it around and go forward with it. And that, that's just for this in particular thing. But you can do that with everything we do, because this business is all about turnarounds and ups and downs and one day at a time. So that was my big takeaway on that deal.
Awesome. I love it. You're absolutely true. You invite 10 people, 7 of them cancel right before. 2 or 3 never call you and tell you anything, and you might get one to show up if it's not snowing out, right? So that's the reality of the business, you guys. Persistence and overcoming the obstacles, and you're exactly right. Use it as kind of a joke with them. Hey, you owe me one. You didn't make it out into that bad weather. I can tell you it was absolutely horrible in Napa. I barely made it to Napa. I had an hour drive from Sacramento in worse weather than what we went through in the Orlando hurricane to make it to that event. And, people had all sorts of reasons to not be there, but there were some people that overcame what easily could have been an excuse to get there, right? And your time's going to come. You are going to find the people that are like you, that are willing to put in the effort that you're putting in as well. So awesome stuff, you guys. I know that this year is going to be a powerful year for you guys as well. We look forward to working with you. I think Mark has you beat on the beard right now, though, dude. I could never grow a beard like that. These guys in Idaho are tough as nails. I love it. I love it. All right, so we're going to turn the time over real quick. We're going to throw it over to North Dakota. I hope Christy was expecting this, because if not,
she's ready.
If not, I'm putting her on the spot. So I'm going to turn it over to Christy. She had one of the longer drives, nothing in her area, and she found a way to get where she needed to be. So I will turn it over to you.
Hi, guys. The closest thing to us was Sioux Falls, and that is a 5-hour drive on a good day. And so I tried really hard to talk some distributors into coming, and nobody was taking me up on the crazy 5-hour drive. So I put a message out on the Facebook group and said, hey, North Dakota, who's up for going? And I ended up finding Annie in Grand Forks, which is just 45 minutes south of me, and then Brooke Wiedrich in Mandan, which is 5 hours west of me. And the 3 of us met up in Fargo, and Brooke's drive was just a little bit longer than ours. I think she got us beat by a half an hour. But we got to Fargo. If it was 0, we were lucky. It was probably more like 10 below that day. It was not great driving conditions. We didn't necessarily feel unsafe, but if there was a lot of snow blowing, when you passed a truck, there was complete whiteout conditions. So we had to be careful, but we got there and we did it. And we didn't get distributors with us, but we got ourselves there, and that was all that mattered. So that was pretty exciting. And then I had invited some of my family that was there, and they all ditched out on me, but John had an aunt and a cousin who were willing to come, and they live in the Sioux Falls area. So that was awesome. And then we made it for the dinner. We went to the meeting, and then at 9:30 we said our goodbyes, and we got back in the car and we drove home. And I got home at about 3 in the morning, and I think Brooke got home just around like 4 or 4:30 that morning. So it was a long drive, but it was worth it.
Wow. I love it. I love the sacrifice, and, everything in life that's worth obtaining definitely has a price to pay, and you're paying the price, and you guys will get where you want to get. I promise you that.
Well, our goal in North Dakota is to have our own Pro 10 tour up here. So we're
Yeah.
going to make it happen.
That's right. Yep. Take ownership and make it happen. You guys will.
Look at them.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So before I throw it over to Marisa, real quick, want to shout out to Charlotte, who was in Texas with Michelle. She actually got 10 guests to their event. Personal guests. They rented a large van to accommodate all of her guests that she took with her. I love it. We should all get conversion vans, and that's the way to make sure somebody comes to the meeting is you have them in the vehicle with you, right?
Yes.
So amazing, amazing, amazing. Shout out to Charlotte. Now, we don't have a ton of time, so I don't want to take a ton of time up, but most of you know Marisa. I want to throw it over to Marisa, and you can introduce your guests.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shawn. It's been so fun to see you so many times here lately. So
That's awesome.
great. Thank you so much for all of us on my team. We so appreciate you and all that you and Michelle do. I just quickly want to throw it out to Jackie Shore, number 1, and Lauren Merrill, number 2, and Muriel. Okay, so from the East Coast to the West Coast, or West Coast to the East Coast. we've had a lot of fun, a lot of great energy, but I want to acknowledge every one of my teammates that are on this call had a guest at our Phoenix Pro Tour, and that was phenomenal. Pretty much everybody on my team here that's really working the business was there with a guest, and that was just a delight to see. There's momentum happening here. 2017 is going to be very powerful. So with that, Jackie Shore is on fire. Jackie is a cancer patient advocate nurse. She's a pro too, and she's been working really hard. And she was at a Crossline meeting today, and I jumped in the car. I was coming back from, excuse me, getting some marketing materials, and she told me she was at this meeting with a guest from people from Southern California and Michael Epstein's group. And we had done a cross meeting with them. That's how our cross lines work together on Friday night. And I'm like, you have a guest, I'm coming. I hadn't taken a shower, which I still haven't. I had done yoga. And I ran over there to help her and support her. And Jackie, I just have to say, the growth that I see happening with you is incredible. And please share a little bit about Monday, but like 1-2 minutes at the most. We have to be off this call early. We have a few minutes, but
okay.
Just share a business tip. And you had a guest there. She joined. You had another guest today. So go ahead, Jackie. Take it away.
Okay, thank you, Marisa. Thank you, everybody. I think the biggest thing for me, what's been happening is consistency. We talked about that. It's being consistent. Like Shawn said, if you only have an hour, work 15 minutes on your personal development, 15 minutes on, I think since I got that remedy or potion, do your follow-ups, have 2 new touches, 2 follow-ups. I do 15 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of personal development each day, and I started doing that in the beginning of the new year. That's my new recipe for success. My guest was at one of my very first meetings that she came, and she didn't really understand everything, but I finally got her to a corporate event, and I said, just come and see what corporate is. Just come and see what we're doing. Just look. And it started clicking for her Monday night. So then she came back Friday night, and she saw it again Friday night. And then Friday night she called me and she's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And she just liked the culture, that everybody was really still willing to be helpful, and that everybody truly is working together. And she's going to get there. She's going to get there. We're going to get there.
All right. And a business tip, a takeaway is
consistency.
Okay.
Consistency.
Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate it. I'm going to switch over to Lauren Merrill right now. Lauren, unmute your phone or unmute your microphone. And Lauren and Anna Merrill, of course, most everybody know, they're Pro 4s. They live up in Taylor, Arizona. They drove 3.5 hours down the mountain. They had a new guest, a new distributor there, and it's very exciting for them. So Lauren, just to share a little bit about your vision for 2017, what you took away, and what your new distributor took away.
Well, he's not quite a new distributor yet. He's supposed to sign up in the next day or two.
I feel like he's part of the family already.
So hopefully. Yeah, he's been to a lot of different things and just really been grooming himself, and hopefully, good things will be happening with him. Appreciate Shawn coming down to Phoenix, a rough place to come in January, I know. But it was nice to see him again, and just had, it was just a great meeting. And by the way, we did the drive in about 3 hours because my wife was driving, so it worked out good. The biggest thing is the daily method of operation. Sometimes you get caught up with, okay, just now what do I do? If I'm working LifeVantage, what do I do? Just a daily method, just real simple. Contact at least one new person, follow up at least one person, and do 15 minutes or so of personal development. And as you do that, and as we get in that habit, then good things will happen. You'll have a desire to do more, I think. Like anything, you just get in that habit and good things will happen. We've seen a lot of really good things happen. We had a slow November and December, very slow. We contacted lots and lots of people, just didn't get people to sign up. So hopefully everybody just signs up this month and next month and really start to get some momentum going with our team. So that's the biggest thing, is that, just like Jackie said, the daily habits, and just do them and follow the system. I like the way Shawn said, if you opened a McDonald's or Starbucks, would you do things your way, or would you do what has made them successful? Do what's made people successful, and we'll be successful. And that's it.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you so much for sharing. Have a beautiful evening. Muriel in Massachusetts went to, okay, tell me where exactly you were. And I know you were there with my sister Mia, who's also on the call. But Muriel, go ahead and share, please, and take away a business tip so we can all learn from you.
So Mia and I drove to, Mia drove actually. We went to Maine, so it was about a 5-hour round trip on a school night. So we didn't get anybody to come with us, but that's okay because we were really excited. Lourdes was there, and Blue was there, and Dave Fleming from corporate, and we were just so excited. On a more personal touch, being from another country, I'm originally from Paris, France. It was really exciting for me to hear her, Lourdes open up the Mexican market. And I'm like, I want to do that with France someday. And so we really love her energy. And, I think that's what just going to bring people, to work with us. She has an amazing energy. She's very enthusiastic, and just made me realize that, having an accent is not, not really a hurdle. And the second thing is we really love talking to Blue, I'm sorry. And, he kept talking about those 5 people that, we need to work with. And so far I don't have anybody under me, but, we're really looking for those 5 blue M&Ms, like Carrie would say. And because we spend so much time together with Mia, we talk daily. And, that's really the 5 gems that I want to be, working with, and then multiply down, the 525. And so keep us, like everybody said, daily action, keep our eyes on the goal, and, just help each other grow. And like Blue said, the only way we grow is by helping other people grow. So that's what we love about this business. Everybody help each other, and that's wonderful. So
can you be there with them?
Oh, thank you, Muriel. That was beautiful. Okay, Shawn, I'm going to give it back to you. Thank you for letting us share.
Awesome. Love it. Great call. Amazing tips there. And you guys, the theme in 2017 is just keep with the basics. Keep this simple. Share with a new person. Follow up with somebody you've already shared with, and do some sort of personal development, whatever that looks like to you. We heard a couple different examples today: yoga, meditation, audiobooks, reading, some alone time, put yourself in the corner. I don't know what it is for you, but find something that helps you move forward and gets you in the right frame of mind. Could be just jamming out to some tunes that get you excited and motivated and leave you with a good feeling. So we do have the call coming up with Joanne and Nikki. I'm not sure if they have a special guest tonight or not. It's for the physique, kind of an accountability, motivation, tips and secrets from the dietitians. They've dealt with this stuff for decades. So awesome information that you can capture from those guys to keep you going with the 90-day challenge. Get your body and your mind where you want to get in 2017. This will definitely help out.
And I just sent the call and Zoom information out through WhatsApp, you guys, for that call. That's happening in 9 minutes with Joanne and Nikki. So if you did not get it, or if you are not in our WhatsApp group yet, definitely reach out to me, okay? And we'll make sure that you get added. And for those of you out there that want to add more of your team, definitely get them connected to me. They have to have my phone number saved in order for them to receive the WhatsApp messages from me. So just make sure that they're saved. I'm getting the index finger from Marisa. What's up?
Dolores Madro, I'm calling her cold call right now. She was in Canada and she was at the event, and I would love Canadian representation. And Dolores, if you're still there and you can unmute, can she say just like
Yes,
1 minute something?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Dolores,
hello.
thank you. Sorry
Hi.
in preparation. Share a little bit and your business tip.
It was awesome.
And you had a guest.
I did have a guest, yes, and she wants to be a distributor, and I'm very excited about that. I I had lots of people cancel as well because of weather. But the thing is I had lots of people that canceled, so that meant there was lots of people that were going to come. So that's the way I think about it. That they'll come to future events.
Yes.
They said yes once, they'll say yes again. So what can I say? I mean, we had Mark. And it was incredible. I'm just trying to think of one thing to say that I can share with people. I think the biggest thing is really consistency. What somebody else said on the call tonight already, and showing up and just being there, and just even if you have no guests, show up, get on these calls. It's so important to keep touch, keep contact with people, because you may feel down, you may feel discouraged, but you're going to get something from somebody on the call tonight. You're going to hear a little tidbit. You're going to get a bit of encouragement that'll keep you going for tomorrow. And that's what I hinge on, because we all need that. And, that's, I think, the most important thing. Just keep going.
Absolutely. As Carrie Williams said, when you don't have a guest, that's when you need the meeting. And when you have a lot of guests at your meeting, that's when the meeting needs you. And it makes sense, and it all helps you build the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it. I love it. Canada's going to blow up too. Brandon's been bragging on you guys for like a month and a half now.
It's true. It's true.
So we've got big things in store for Canada. Hey, you guys, it's been a crazy 15 days to start the month. So if there's something that I told you I was going to do and we haven't got to it yet, shoot me a text, remind me, say, hey, you said you were going to do this. Keep me accountable to it. Promise you it's not because that I'm ignoring anybody. The plate's full, and unfortunately I've dropped a few things that I'm not intending to do. I did get the compensation plan video, at least a rough draft version out there. So there is something that people can use. I'm going to work the first part of this week on getting more of a final draft. There are one or two things that probably need to be tweaked or edited out. It was 17 and a half minutes of me just going and talking. So there are going to be, a few things that aren't right on spot, but I promise you for 99.9% of the people that listen to it, you won't even catch the few things that I did slip up on. So feel free to use it right now. But I will have a more polished version, as well as we are hearing that corporate is supposed to be coming out with something relatively soon. But the reality is I'm not waiting for corporate to do anything. If we need a tool, we need something done, we're just going to do it. We're going to make it happen. We're not waiting for them to build our business. As long as they're shipping products on time and paying us, that's good enough in our end. Everything else on top of that's gravy. So with that, it's 8:10.
Can I just say something on the compensation plan video?
Yeah.
Let them know where they can find it.
Where the video is?
So Shawn and Michelle Poe, our YouTube channel, you can find it there. We've also posted it on our Facebook page, One Person Big Difference. If somebody could go into the Facebook page and just comment on it, it'll put it back to the top so people can see it there after this call. But subscribe to our channel, Shawn and Michelle Poe. Subscribe to that, and you'll see new things as I put them out. This is not the last thing that I'm going to put out there. We'll try to put out lots of different business building videos out there for you guys as well.
And it was in the WhatsApp group as well, you guys. And so I just want to challenge those of you out there that the compensation plan is difficult for you. It's never been easy for me. I'm always like, do little. So I would just, if I were you, take the first 5 minutes of Shawn's video and play it over and over and over again. Don't go through the whole thing. You can go through the whole thing, but take the first 5 minutes, if it's difficult for you, and play it, and go through maybe the first 2 ways that we get paid.
Yep.
And just practice and practice and practice that. And once you've got that down, or if you have questions in the meantime, get with your team or one of us, then move on to the next one too. Because the more that we learn it and practice it, then we'll just get better. For me, that's That's what I need.
And,
So.
and we'll do a couple of these Sunday night calls where I actually break it out, where we're not focusing on the entire compensation plan. Maybe one week it's just on the upfront money, and then a second week on the back end, the residual, and the long-term business building money as well. So look forward to those things coming up here relatively soon.
But I will say that compensation plan, you guys, is killer. It's important. And when we know it, we become even more bulletproof with this business, and we become more confident when we're talking with people. We talk a lot about the product because we are all crazy passionate about the product, but this business is for real. This business has changed our life. It's changing many of yours. And when we can become just as good on the business side as we are on that product side, watch seriously what will happen to your business, truly. And that's coming from a product girl. So we just love you.
All right, you guys. Look for the Joanne and Nikki call if you're doing the 90-day challenge. Keep yourself motivated. And I will not probably be on the call next Sunday. I'll be traveling home from Lansing, Michigan. So if you know anybody there, I will be doing the LBA Academy in Lansing. It's fun trying to get to Lansing from Sioux Falls. So that'll be interesting flights. Cross your fingers that weather's good. I get there on time and everything goes smooth. So we'll report back on what we learn in the next 7 days, in 7 days from now.
Woo!
Recharge if you're a Cowboys fan. I'm sorry. That's all I got.
Oh, look at Charlotte.
That's all I got. I've been there so many years. I understand the pain.
We do.
I do.
Yes.
I do. All right, you guys. Take care.
Love you all.